Why the world should be a bit more Colombian. And it's not what you think. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For those of you who've seen this channel for the first time, I'm Phil Jelovic. Welcome. I have been living in Medellin for about the last 9 years. I had a Colombian girlfriend from Bogota, which is like Colombia's New York, let's say. I was dating her in Chicago. We were together for a year. We broke up. She'd been living in the States for, I forget, 20 years, 25 years. She went back to Bogota for the first time in decades. We got back together and I dated her long distance for a bit as we got back together. Then I moved to Bogota. Within a month, we broke up. I didn't know what to do. I sold all my stuff in Chicago. Again, originally from Milwaukee. And I said, well, I'm in Colombia. It has all these beautiful things. People are great. At that time, I had Lyme disease and I was doing a bunch of ozone treatments. The treatments were way cheaper. So moved to Medellin and stayed. And here is why I think the world should be more Colombian. I'm going to share a couple of my personal stories. Within the first couple of weeks of me getting to Medellin, again, this was February 4th, 2017. I remember the date. It was a big date for me. I'm with my friend Tati, who I met through a mutual friend. Didn't know her before then. We go to a private banking building where you take out, if you're going to take out larger sums of money, if someone's going to take out $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, something like that. It's different how it works in Latin America. You want that to be more private than going to a regular bank. Not huge safety concerns, but it's different. It's not the States. And we get in an elevator. And I'll never forget it. I think we were going up to the bank and there's 5, 6 other people and they're like, and they're very genuine, like look you in the eye. They're not just on their phone like, hey, how are you? Like disconnected. And it's like, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué amaneciste? Or ¿cómo amaneciste? See, I've been out of Spanish a month. My Spanish is already falling apart. But saying things, but it was so warm. It was so cariñoso, con cariño, with cariño. I'll explain what that means in a minute. It was really weird. Like I've never experienced it in my life. In, at that time, 31 years, I'm 40 now. And I remember I turned to Tati when the people got, I go, you know all these people? And she's like, she just doesn't answer and she just starts laughing. She's like, no. And I was like, yeah, but they're like, hey, how are you? Good morning. How did you, it would be like, how did you awake? Meaning like, kind of like, how'd you sleep last night? Are you feeling good? If we were to say that in English, it doesn't translate exactly. And it was just weird. Like, I was like, people are just that friendly here. She's like, yeah. And her response to most of my questions was, it's Medellin. It's different. I was like, yeah, but it was nice in Bogota, but not like that. I mean, I was only there a month and I'm experiencing this with you in a couple of days. She's like, it's Medellin. It's Medellin. So Medellin has just a ton of cariño. Cariño doesn't exactly translate. I'm going to do my best. A fun thing about living in Colombia, and I've dated Colombian women for 10 plus years now, even before I got there. It's forced me to learn how to translate things that don't translate, because sometimes that was the response. Hey, it's like, what does that mean? Oh, it doesn't translate. I'm like, that is so annoying. Google Translate wasn't that good. ChatGPT was not one of my best friends. And yeah. So the word cariño would be like warm, loving, tender, affectionate, connected. Could be like warm and fuzzy, sweet, and probably half a dozen other words to describe it. So it's like this love and affection and sweetness. And Medellin is the city that's, I'm switching my brain between English and Spanish, like más cariñoso, with the most cariño in Latin America from what I've seen. I haven't been to all the cities. I've been to Mexico, Brazil, Belize, Peru, Dominican Republic. See if I'm missing anything. Well, whatever, close enough. Costa Rica. And it's just this warm, sweet place. There's a thing that's talked about in North American and South American culture called the legend of the eagle and the condor. That's another story. I'll get into that in another video, meaning North America is like the head, the brain, the mind, and South America is the heart. So it's this shamanic prophecy. It exists in tribes in North America that have never been to Colombia, and Colombian, Brazilian tribes that have never been to North America. And it's weird because for thousands of years, they've had the same prophecy. What I believe personally, just because my own life experience, there's a strategicness, understanding, a directness, a communication that the US, Canada have that's unique. Some of the best in the world. And we can be really, really, really in our heads. We can be overanalyzing. We can forget to have fun. We're not doing a lot of dancing and singing and hanging out with family and friends like the Latinos are. They have figured some shit out, and it's working pretty well for them. Now, if you want someone to be organized, on time, things like that, discipline, structure, consistency, Latin America is not really good at that. It just works differently. There's a lot of great things. There's a lot of que penas, which is like, oh, I'm sorry I'm late, or it doesn't work, or like if I go to the Marriott in Miami and my room's not ready at 3 p.m. and it's 6 p.m., there's no que pena. There is a solution. So it's not that one culture is good, bad, right, or wrong. However, I think Colombia is awesome. Medellin specifically is awesome. And it's just this warm, sweet, inviting place where, and it's changed a bit because so many gringos there. There's so many foreigners there now. But if someone used to hear you speak in English on the street and they're Colombian and they speak English, maybe they're walking to work and they're like, hey, you speak English, you're lost. Okay, yeah, I'm walking to work. I'm going 10 minutes this way. Okay, yeah, I'll help you go 10 minutes that way to show you where it's at. So there's just this sweetness that, especially in this time of great division, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's football teams, whatever, to have more connection, to have more love, to have more unity. And man, Latin people have more fun. And let's be honest, this is not a race thing, but like white people and dancing, they generally don't go together well. If you're Latin or black, you have more rhythm. If you are white or Asian, this is not just my opinion. This is pretty universal. White people, Asian people, not such good dancers. When you move your body, when you sing, when you hang out with your friends and family, it feels fucking good. And you don't need guaro, you don't need alcohol, you don't need a shot. You can just connect with people, have fun, and enjoy. The other thing I like about Colombia is it does go at a slow pace. Now, if you're really American and you're on vacation, you think things are going to run on time, you will be annoyed. My friend Richie is coming to visit me. I'll see him tomorrow, and he's coming to visit me in, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in Medellin. So I'll have to give him the speech tomorrow to let him know, when this happens, or you order food, it's probably not going to come on time. Or when you ask for the check, it's not going to come in 30 seconds. You may have to ask them again in 10 minutes. But what that's taught me about Colombian culture and about Medellin is just chill the fuck out, bro. And if you live in Western Europe, Australia, States, Canada, especially the States, cities like New York are more extreme. We can have this fast-paced, stressful life. And we have a hard time slowing down as Americans. When I watch Americans on vacation, it's like having every minute planned and doing something. And it's been so beautiful to sit in Colombia, and it's like, what are you doing? It's like, we're just going to the finca, meaning like we're going to the up north house or going to the cottage. And you're just hanging out and smoking a cigar, because myself and most of my friends love Cubans, and sitting in a hammock. It's like, well, what's on the itinerary? It's like, nothing. We're just going to hang the fuck out and have a great time with friends, family, whatever. So highly recommend you visit Medellin. It is a gorgeous place. It'll always be a special place in my heart. At this point, I've lived 40% of my adult life in Colombia. I'm actually moving in about 6 months, and it'll be a place I still frequent forever, hopefully. Even if there was no planes, maybe I'd drive down. But it's just a magical place. And I think to have a more chilled out, relaxed, peaceful type of life and chilling out, and to have más cariñoso, just more love, affection, cuteness, it's something I don't know that I could date a non-Latin woman personally. I'd be open to it, but we'll see. We'll see what the universe God delivers. It's possible, but it's not likely. Because for me personally, it's just something that I love, and it's a different energy. And I'll close with this. Even I had a few Polish friends coming in for an ayahuasca retreat, God, 6 years ago. And it was nice for them because it reminded them of things their culture, or not their culture, that they lost moving to America, because there was certain things, or hugging and kissing, that in the States we don't do, or it can be weird or whatever. So it reminded them of that just power of connection, the power of cariño. So book a trip to Medellin, treat it with respect, be a good dude. Don't be a shithead, typical gringo for women and cocaine. Not cool. And it's a beautiful place, beautiful people. And there is I'm gonna call it a secret underground community. There is this new community, and was not there in 2017 the same way. We were trying to create it, I guess, looking back. But since about 21, 22, the amount of entrepreneurs, personal development, biohacking, spirituality stuff has changed a lot. Like stuff you're seeing in Bali, stuff you see in Austin. And then compared to someplace like Austin, it doesn't have the weird political correctness, or I don't even know how to say it, lots of genders and things and different stuff like that, which teach their own. Medellin is a vibe, especially if you can find the right people. And if you go to live there, move there, spend time there, it's easy to plug into the right people. Wasn't planning on doing this, but why not? There's a couple groups. Medellin, what is it called? Medellin Run Club. My buddy Jordan runs, and also an event called Sweat and Chill. You plug into a couple environments like that, people that aren't drinking, people that are health conscious, people that are doing their inner work, people that are building businesses, drinking ayahuasca, meditating, jumping in an ice bath, people that are on their path. So yeah, the world would be a better place if it was a little more Colombian, and especially a little more Paisa. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you very soon.